There's loot. Oof, this town. I'm getting 40 looking down that way.
So we're heretics, just like that. Should
This
we
way.
surrender or...
I liked how Dragon Age 2 did the material stuff. You just find it once, and there's a certain number of them. Then you can just make it. And now it's just... yeah.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach?
Barracks here. I leveled. Okay, this explosive shot. Okay. This way. Songs collected. 1 out of 21. Don't want to talk to Varric yet. There's inventory management, isn't there? There is. 25 out of 60.
What
Talk to her later.
True enough.
So,
Can we get you anything?
what can I find in Haven?
What can you tell me about this area? Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harrit is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can't make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segrit. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Goodbye.
Farewell. Goodbye.
Have you heard about the refugees out in the hinterlands near Redcliffe?
Hard going. The mages and the Templars put a lot of...
I was up here already.
At least Mother Giselle is there to help.
I'd think food and clothing would help more than prayers.
Gotta talk to Varric last. He's probably got a lot to say to me.
Thank you for...
Good day. Or good as it could be with the sky ripped apart.
Why have you stayed?
What kind of person stays to run a shop at a time like this?
The kind with nowhere else to go. Those blasted demons destroyed most of my goods. If I stay here, work some contacts, I can start rebuilding. Maybe, just maybe, help you folks out in the process.
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet. I imagine it's no better for you. You've got my sympathies, for what it's worth.
I'd like to buy something.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
What do you got? I assume that infinite sign means he has an infinite amount. Inquisition scared armor. It's better than mine. Cost only 75. Let's get it. Oh. That's what I was doing. Whoops. I pressed sell all. Not exactly sure what it did. What are these? Upgrades. Okay, recipes. There's all the stuff I sold. Can I not sort these? What can I do with upgrades? Okay. How do I put upgrades onto it? I don't understand. Whatever. Let's loot more of town. I'll explore there later. Hold the right button. I can't tell anything from this map.
Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you. In my arms lies eternity.
Embrace me.
Still got demons pouring out of the rifts. Though you had granted them power over the very Fade itself. Though they could do anything,
can't. There we go. Interact with it.
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness of beast. The Maker.
You're worried about the rift. I understand that.
One God, one life, one death.
Okay.
There is but one
Guess I'll talk to Varric now.
is our Maker.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
Too many people died up
I
there.
don't even want to think about how many lives were lost on that mountaintop.
A lot of good men and women didn't make it out of there. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
Why did you stay?
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
It hasn't sunk in yet.
I'm still not sure I believe any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen
I'm
that.
jittered.
But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Oh, as if,
Need something?
tell me about the red lyrium.
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
What is it exactly?
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What can it do?
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. It also turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium. Everyone's been kept at least 100 paces from it since.
Where was it in the temple?
How did the red lyrium get in the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I don't know. So as far as I knew, the only piece to make it to the surface was destroyed. And the location of the thaig it came from is a secret. Did someone find more of it in the Deep Roads? That's not a cheery thought.
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject. Need something?
I have a personal question.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Tell me about the crossbow.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. Funny story. I bought a salvage ship and found her locked in a dragon bone reinforced chest in the hold. I broke 36 lockpicks and blunted 9 saws opening that trunk, but it was worth it.
Why Bianca?
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Where are you from?
Are you from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free Marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
What do you do?
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
Could you do Liliana's job?
If you've run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
What books do you write?
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
What shops do you own?
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in money lenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
Isn't he dead? How do you know Cassandra?
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
That's all.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Speak only the word, sing only the chant. Then the golden city sings.
Greetings.
Had some sort of dialogue there.
Greetings.
It sticks around. It doesn't go away. That's what the dialogue is. Chest.
I don't see why we need full siege equipment. We're not laying siege to anything.
That's an excellent point, recruit. But if someone comes to lay siege to us, perhaps it will be better
Ah, there.
some means to fight back. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Oh, there's more. It's like right here. Oh. I don't even know where that was. Climb it. Ah, found some iron. Found some more. Iron's everywhere. It's not really stuck onto the rock too well. You can just see it jammed into the wall. Just like that. Oh, got a bunch of iron. Oh, it's not fruit I missed. Is stuff respawning? I swear I've been here before. And I grabbed those already. That's the fucking bench.
Are we going to have new verses in the Chant of Light?
Let me confirm that.
Though you had granted them power over the very thing.
You dislike the Templars, sister?
No, I know their purpose, but
Elf fruit respawns. That must mean iron respawns too. Alright, so what's down this direction?
See reason, Lisette. We cannot stay here.
Why not?
Because we're Templars.
What does that even mean anymore? That we splinter and fight amongst ourselves instead of protecting the mages?
Better that than stay here with this Inquisition.
You're awfully quick to dismiss the people who saved your life, Matrin. Yes?
Tell me about the Templars.
I'd like your take on the Templar Order.
It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture and grab at power. One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft.
You're staying in heaven?
You're not
Okay.
going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can.
What happened to the Conclave?
Do you have any idea what caused the explosion?
No, I'm just a recruit. Belief and faith doesn't get you closer to the important meetings. Though that distance did save my life.
Goodbye.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
There's a rabbit over here. A note.
Die!
Wow. That's harsh. Oh my god, it's everywhere. I need to grab all of it. Where would I end up? Isn't this where I came from? Search. When the compass pulses, press LS to search. Searching indicates the direction of hidden objects when an additional pulse on the grid. If you're close enough, reveals them.
I should look around.
Oh. Over there. Inside. And before that, let's save it. Before I do something wrong. Here. The fuck am I? I should go back to camp. Okay, enough with the materials. I see rabbits. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's go back to camp. I'm getting too distracted. What are those arrows on the minimap?
With passionate breath does the darkness creep. It is the whisper in the night, the lie upon your sleep. With passionate breath does the darkness creep.
Maker, though the darkness comes upon me, I shall embrace the light. I shall endure. What you have created, no one can tear asunder.
Though you have granted them power, very
If the
Craft
Inquisition wants to
armor
field
and
the
weapons
diesel
at the local
cavalry, it
blacksmith.
needs better horses. I heard Seeker Pentagast might try to acquire suitable mounts from Master Dennett in the hinterlands.
Oh, and who are you to be fishing around for what the higher-ups are doing?
In Ansburg, my uncle was big.
What might this be? Respec abilities, single use. So I can get one for basically free. Is that all you got? Okay.
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Quite well.
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work, something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
What can we make here?
What can you and your team make here?
Arms and armor. We work irons a blighted dragon bone if you've got it. Our designs are simple, but they get the job done. You want something fancy, bring your own design. We'll see what we can do.
What's your story?
How did you come to be here?
Come from a little town called Lothering. Long gone now. I was in Redcliffe when the Darkspawn hit it during the Blight. Helped rebuild. Left when royalty decided it was time to hand the place over to the bloody mages. Ended up here. Just missed the boom. Can't decide if I'm the luckiest son of a bitch walking or the exact opposite.
Lucky.
You're still walking. That's always good.
True enough.
Did you outfit the troops?
Who outfits the Inquisition's soldiers?
Not me. I've got work to do. Can't be passing a sword to every blighter who signs up. If you want to help the troops, talk to Thren, the quartermaster. She'll set up requisitions.
Why do you need my
Does
materials?
the Inquisition not have supplies to make armor or weapons?
Tough convincing traders to haul up here. Impossible to get them to risk the rare stuff, so that's on you.
Do you have any
If
designs?
I want something, what can you make?
Start simple. Something to keep you safe. Take a look at it on the table there and we can talk. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
Can you improve my equipment?
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
Goodbye.
Right.
To craft new armor or weapons, you need a schematic and enough materials. The schematic determines the appearance and potential power of the crafted item. The materials determine the specific stats and the power that will be added to the new item. So I can make this, or this. Let's make this. Each crafting schematic has one or more slots. Each slot accepts a specific number of materials of either metal, cloth, or leather. Fill all available slots to craft an item. Oh god. There are 5 different types of crafting slots: utility, offense, defense, damage, and armor. Isn't offense and damage the same thing? The type of slot determines that stat. This stat that will be generated from the materials placed in it. Okay. For example, placing iron in a defense slot gives a bonus to melee defense, while putting it in utility slot gives a bonus to strength. Experiment with different combinations of materials and slots to create unique items that fit your needs. Crafting. Each crafting material has a predetermined stat value for each possible slot type, which you can view by examining the material. The final value of the stat coming from a slot is determined by multiplying this value by the number of materials placed in the slot. Let's put... Okay, so what slot is this? There's an armor slot. So it's a defense slot. I can put this on it. And this. This is a defense slot. Wait, what's an armor slot then? Low armor rating. Okay, whatever. And then there's a defense slot. Let's put iron in it. Craft. I can rename it. Okay, whatever.
Good.
Modify some armor. How do I do that? Modify armor. Upgrading an item adds the upgrade stats to the item stats, in addition to changing its appearance. For example, attaching a hilt with plus plus 3 cunning bonus to a sword adds this bonus to a sword. Modification. You can freely remove and add existing upgrades or exchange them between different items. New upgrades can be crafted in crafting stations. Why can't I? Is it because they have no slots? I can do this one. Confirm.
Looks fine.
What did I do? So I completed some quests. Do I get anything off it though? I guess not.
You need something? Let me know.
Craft weapons. What bows can you make? .46 DPS.